A follow-up tonight on the sudden firing of FBI Director James Comey.
There is outrage on both sides of the aisle, and today the White House is fiercely defending President Trump's decision. We have team coverage for you. Ted Hart has reaction from Ohio lawmakers who were with House Speaker Paul Ryan at a separate event in Central Ohio today.
But first, Colleen Marshall here now with more on what the Trump administration is saying today. Colleen?
Well, the commander-in-chief said today he had been considering the move since his very first day in office. But Democrats say that's just a ploy to slow the investigation into Russian election ties.
We want answers! We want answers!
With outrage growing over the ouster of FBI Director James Comey, President Trump today defending his decision.
Very simply, he was not doing a good job.
The White House pointing to Comey's controversial handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation.
She would have fired Comey immediately, and the very Democrats that are criticizing the president today would be dancing in the streets.
Perhaps more controversial, the timing, as the FBI investigates possible ties between Russia and the Trump campaign. This amid conflicting reports that only days ago, Comey requested more resources for that investigation. That has Democrats crying foul and demanding an independent prosecutor.
There is a clear and present danger of a cover-up.
It certainly appears that the president is trying to frustrate this investigation, trying to upend it.
The White House insists Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein recommended Comey's firing.
The president, over the last several months, lost confidence in Director Comey. The DOJ lost confidence in Director Comey.
For President Trump today, an Oval Office meeting with Russia's top diplomat and Russia's U.S. ambassador at the center of the Russian investigation. No American media allowed inside. In a tweet of his own, the president lashing out at critics of Comey's termination, promising when things calm down, they will be thanking me. Just today, the now ousted director has been invited to testify before the Senate Intelligence Committee, and that will happen next week. Mark?
Colleen, thanks. House Speaker Paul Ryan in Columbus tonight making what his office is calling an opening sales pitch for tax reform. But a couple hundred protesters gathered outside the event with a very different agenda. NBC4's Ted Hart live in New Albany tonight to continue our team coverage with more on Ryan's visit. Ted?
Well, and Mark, the reason for Speaker Ryan's visit to Columbus today really is twofold: to talk about the need for tax reform, but then also to attend a big money fundraiser tonight at the home of Les Wexner. Together with local Republican Congressman Pat Tiberi and Steve Stivers, Ryan toured the production floor at Excel Incorporated. Ryan wants to slash the corporate tax rate, arguing that will create new jobs and bolster American manufacturing.
Right now, our tax system encourages businesses to manufacture overseas. It encourages businesses to have their supply chains overseas. It encourages businesses to leave and become foreign companies. That is a real problem that we have to deal with.
Healthcare rights are human rights.
While the discussion inside was tax reform, protesters rallied outside against the Republican health care bill and argued that yesterday's firing of FBI Director James Comey makes it critical that Ryan and other leading Republicans support an independent investigation into Russian meddling in the election.
And this is a very troubling act, and we hope that, we've seen some Republicans come out and say they're troubled by it. The words only get so far if there isn't an actual call for an independent investigation, so we hope we see that next.
And Congressman Tiberi and Ohio Senator Rob Portman both today said that the White House needs to provide a fuller explanation for the firing of FBI Director James Comey. And Tiberi said that if the Senate and House Intelligence Committees called for a special prosecutor, he would support that. Live in New Albany, Ted Hart, NBC4.
Ted, thank you. Ohio Governor John Kasich issuing a statement on Twitter today saying he's extremely troubled by the dismissal of the FBI director, adding, quote, both parties in Congress must put partisanship aside and put our country first to ensure there are full and fair investigations into Russia's efforts to influence our election.